Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Wrestling Topics with me, your host, 123, I'm Lewis. I was meant to have wwesvrrookie here with me today, but my Skype recorder wasn't working properly, so I sent him some questions, and hopefully he will have recorded his answers, and I'll be able to play them partway through the show. Today we're going to discuss drugs in wrestling, and I'm sorry if my commentary isn't that good, it's about midnight right now, so we'll get on to the topic in just a second, but first of all, welcome Rookie to the show. I wrote a script and I haven't changed it since I found out we're not going to do this conversation live. Okay, so with recent spectators to Randy Orton, Evan Bourne, Rey Mysterio over drugs, I thought a video on this topic would be an interesting one. So I just want to ask you where you stand on drugs and wrestling. Just give us a summary on your thoughts.
So the first question is, what is my stand on drugs and wrestling? Well, first of all, I think what comes to mind in my mind is the stereotypical stuff of drugs and wrestling. Steroids and crack and all that stuff, all those kinds of drugs. But the drugs we're talking about is drugs to cure the muscles, drugs to help out the wrestlers. But some of that stuff is banned. That's why there's the wellness policy, right? But that's a good thing there's a wellness policy, because if not, we could have another Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero situation. And, that's the good thing right there. But it's not, I don't think it's good for them to do drugs, especially Randy Orton, who's admired by a whole bunch of little kids. He's their idol. He could be their idol and stuff like this. And for them to find out that he took some drugs like that, it's not the bad drugs. It's not the drugs that can kill you, but still drugs. And drugs is drugs, right? Well, either way, it's just a bad example right there. But hey, I understand why they do it. Their body's hurting. Hell, if I was in pain like that, I would be doing that too. And I don't take drugs, But that's the thing. They are supposed to be working every day, like this, every night, every day, like that, blah blah blah. And their body, they're human. They're gonna suffer injuries and stuff like that. And those drugs help them feel a little bit better. But you can abuse them, and that's hopefully what none of them are doing. But that's the good thing of the wellness policy. It makes sure they're not abusing anything like this. And that's good, But I think drugs are just not right. And especially in the wrestling business, it's scary, man. You got Eddie Guerrero dying. That one right there was he was growing up when he joined the WWE and he was doing all these little things. He became one of my favorites. He became one of my idols in wrestling. But when he died, I was like, crap. He died, and I heard it was drugs. I didn't want to believe it. I was like, Eddie Guerrero wouldn't do drugs like this. Eddie Guerrero isn't this kind of person, but it's the truth, and it makes you a little bit sad right there that they did drugs and they died like that. And that was when I was little right there. I was a little bit little. So I was like, I was in disbelief. I just didn't believe it. But that's the business, I guess. But that's my stand is just that, drugs kill you. They can kill. It doesn't matter what drugs. You can overdose from anything pretty much nowadays. Cough syrup. Pretty sure you can overdose from that. I've heard some stupid stuff about little kids doing that. But hey, that's just my stand on drugs. It's not good. I understand what it is. Just don't overdo it. Simple as that. Don't overdo it. Don't die or anything like that. Because you're not only hurting yourself, but you're hurting your family. You're hurting your fans. You're hurting your company. You're hurting so many things right there. You're hurting the business. And I think Benoit is pretty much the prime example about when a wrestler dies, what hurts the whole thing. He hurt the whole business when you think about it. He hurt his whole fan base. We pretty much know what happened with his family. I'm not going to get there. But anyways, it's just bad. Drugs are bad, and that's about it for me.
Well, it used to be steroids that make guys fail drugs tests, but now it seems to be synthetic or fake weed. Marijuana, which is weird because real weed is what has to get you. Let me explain. In WWE, real weed will get you a fine but not suspension, whereas fake weed will get you suspension and no fine. So you would seem like with these guys making so much money, they would just do the real stuff because it's better anyway, right? Or so I know. I've obviously never done any of that, but people have said that just isn't the same when it's fake. We'll continue, and what's your thoughts on the suspensions? Do you feel they're too harsh or not harsh enough? That's the question to Rookie.
The next question is, what are my thoughts on the suspension? Do I feel they are too harsh and are not harsh enough? I think they're perfect the way they are, Your first suspension is, 30 days? Your second suspension is 60, and then the third one is a year out of the company. I think that's perfect. The first one should already teach you don't mess around with it. It's already 30 days. You're not getting a paycheck. You're not getting money. All you can do is stay at home and do nothing. You can recuperate your body in those 30 days, but it's 30 days without pay, and you need that money. That's their only source of income. Wrestling, all this and that. The 60-day one, the one I think, is that the one Orton's on right now, the second suspension? I think it is, yeah. That one's going to hurt. That one's going to hurt you a lot, because that's 2 months without pay. Imagine going 2 months without pay if you're a grown adult and you have a family of sport. 2 months without pay, you're going to lose a lot of money right there. And, hopefully Orton does realize that. And it's funny, because the day he got suspended, the day before, I was watching that little documentary about him that he put out, the little movie they gave out. It's on Netflix. It's the Randy Orton one. I was watching it, and I was like, damn, this was pretty good. You get to learn about Orton and his past and all the stuff he used to do, the drugs. I guess he did drugs. He said he almost died overdosing on one of them. So, you'd think he would learn, but I think it just caught him off guard. I don't think he's relapsed or anything. I don't think he's gone back to the way he went. I think it just got him, Just one mistake. He's human. Everybody makes mistakes. But he only has one more strike. If he gets that third strike, that's going to be interesting to see what the WWE does with Orton. They have so much build up to him, and we'll see. That 1 year suspension could be a bitch to the company and Orton. He could go and go somewhere. He can go somewhere else. But he signed to a long deal for them, so they have a lot invested in Orton. And I remember when Jeff Hardy got suspended, it totally killed his run at the champion. I remember that time. It was I heard he was going to be the Money in the Bank winner that year, but he got suspended before WrestleMania. He was supposed to win Money in the Bank. He was supposed to cash it in, and he would have probably been WWE champion much quicker. But sometimes it's just like that. They do things like that. They just get caught, and you can't. They're just human. They're not going to be perfect. And I understand that. But the suspension, I think they're fair enough. You don't lose your job until the third strike. And that's, they give you two chances before your last strike. They tell you, okay, we're going to give you your first chance here. You go, okay, 30. You better make sure you don't do this again. Your second time, it's, come on, man, you can't do this one more time or else we have to let you go, They give you chances. It's not like you get caught once and it's like, you're fired, you're gone, sorry, bye. They give you chances, and that's pretty dope right there. You get, to get those 3 chances, you have to screw up. Simple as that. You have to be doing that. Stupidly. You have to be stupid enough to do it 3 times. But it's fair. It's fair enough. It's cool enough, and that's it. Yeah, it's right there. Hopefully Orton doesn't get the third strike, because I like Orton. I like him. He's pretty cool.
There's something that I don't understand, and that is that Y2J gets a 30-day suspension for kicking a flag, and Evan gets 30 days for drugs. I feel it should be more for drugs and less for Y2J kicking the flag. I do feel that WWE just suspended Jericho, not because they wanted to, but just because they actually had to, just to show that they actually cared about the matter, and they didn't think it, and they thought it was a bad thing. But I don't think what Jericho did was that bad. To be honest, I wouldn't be disrespected by a flag. I mean, you can go and say whatever you want about countries most of the time. It's not really that disrespectful. I mean, because it's not. If it's a real personality, yeah, I'd be pissed. But it's not his real personality. This is for sports entertainment. And that seems really weird to me. Okay, well, before we run out of time, I just want to ask your thoughts on what WWE would do, and will they do more tests and end up firing people, etc. Another question to Ricky there.
Alright, so my thoughts on what the WWE would do with Orton, and will the test end up anyone getting fired? Well, I think we've seen that happen before in the past, haven't we? I don't think Orton will get fired, though. I think he's realized what he's done. He's gonna be tip-top shape. He's Randy Orton, for God's sakes. I don't think he'll get fired. I don't think he will get a third strike. Anyways, I'm thinking that right now he won't get a third strike. I think he's clean. He's gonna do. He's probably just did it once and that was it. It was like boom, we caught you, biscuit. But I don't think he'll get this. I don't think he'll get fired. But I think there will be people end up getting fired for this. I'm pretty sure Evan Bourne's gonna get fired eventually just because of this. Didn't Jeff? No, Jeff didn't get fired because of this, did he? I don't remember Jeff Hardy's situation, but I remember Jeff Hardy when he had that second strike. I was so scared. I was like, Jeff, don't fuck up, man. Don't fuck up. We love you here. And, he left eventually, but either way, it was like, don't mess up, man. We want you here at this company. Jeff Hardy is one of my favorite guys. But I don't think it'll happen. But if it does come to the situation where Randy Orton gets that third strike, the WWE has to follow, I guess, their rules. They have to. If not, it's going to be like a joke. That thing is going to be a joke to anyone else. They're going to be like, okay, this guy got your third strike, but you didn't fire him. So why are we supposed to take this wellness policy seriously? And, that's really a good question. Why are we supposed to take it serious if you're not going to fire this guy? Just because of the level of the superstar he is? Just because of the level he is? Just how much you've invested in him? It has to be the same for everyone. It has to be equal. And they might, if he does get there, when they might just keep him. Just suspend him for that 1 year. They might just keep him. But it would really put a big black mark on the wellness policy. And if it's legitimacy, if it's actually really, it's going to be a wellness policy. If you get 3 strikes and you're a guy like Cena or Orton or somebody like around there, you could pretty much take it as much time that you can spend as much time as you want, and you'll still be able to stay in the company, still keep a job, which doesn't make much sense to the other guys in the back, like a smaller guy. It's like Evan Bourne, he gets 3 strikes, he's fired. But Orton got 3 strikes, and he ain't get fired. What the hell is this all about? It's just staying equal to it. I think they would fire Randy Orton if the WWE would fire Randy Orton if they got to a 3rd strike. And that's my thought right there on that. But remember, drugs are bad, people. Drugs are not good for you. They make you pee yellow. Wait. No, they make you pee another color. That's not good. Anyways, that's my thoughts right there.
Okay, and I'll just give my opinion on that. I feel that they will do more tests. They'll try and test everyone. Maybe everyone after the show. I don't know if that's possible. They probably could. People will end up being fired, in my opinion. In my opinion, Randy Orton's one off of getting fired. That's not an opinion. That is what would happen. So is Ray. I don't know if he's will be stupid enough to do that. But there might be people such as Darren Young. He's already had 1 suspension. It wouldn't be that hard to pick up 2. Evan Bourne, he's had 2, so I wouldn't be surprised if he picked up another one. R-Truth has had 1. Again, I wouldn't be too surprised if he picked up 2. There are some careless people in the business, so you would never know. I think if Randy Orton was to get that to once again get caught, it would mean he would have to get fired, but they wouldn't do that. They would try and make it up that he had done something else, suspend him for 60 days or something, probably more, and then just say, oh no, it wasn't drugs, so we don't have to fire him. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Leave your comments, your likes, subscribe to 123 my channel, my other channel, YzMIchie, and to SVRrookie's channel, and his other channel, John Coraba. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. I'm really sorry. I'm not even looking right now. Corna. Sorry, yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and in the comments suggest what kind of topic I should do next week.